All right, so welcome everybody. If you're watching this, whether you're watching it live right now or you're watching on the recording later, this is Civ4 AI Survivor, Season 3, Game 8. It's the last game of our opening rounds. We have the last 7 leaders who've been waiting for all the other opening round games, and we've got a very interesting collection here. A lot of highly aggressive leaders. This game is probably going to be a bloodbath, in part because they ended up with a map where everybody's pretty close together. But it should be a lot of fun to watch this play out. All right, so first, if you haven't seen it before, here is our map. We've got one continent, which is relatively small. This is a standard size map, but there's not much room here. And we ended up with all the AIs in kind of a big circle, which some of the chat was referring to as the Thunderdome, which I found amusing. Just to go around real quickly, we have Napoleon of France in the northwest corner. We have Frederick of Germany with the weird green borders. For this game, if you play Civ4 a lot, you know Germany normally has gray borders, but he's in the middle here. Over to the right, we have our other French leader, de Gaulle, also of France. He has the white borders in this game, but this is not one of the English leaders. This is France over here. On the right, we have Boudica, one of the 2 Celtic leaders, the only one in this game, and she is one of the more popular picks to win this match. In the southeast corner, we have Hatshepsut of Egypt, who I will probably be calling Hattie throughout the game, since that's her nickname and it's a lot easier to say. Over here in the southwest corner, we have Pakal, the Mayan leader in Civ4. He is the biggest favorite to win this game. I think about 35 to 40% of the field has picked him, which is a lot in a 7 AI field. One of the game's best economic leaders, probably has the single best trait pairing in the game in Financial Expansive in non-modified Civ4. And then over here on the west side, we have Shaka, the Zulu leader, one of the most aggressive leaders in the game. Builds lots of units, fights lots of wars. You know what you're getting when you have Shaka. I do like the fact that he has horses at his capital, but I believe he doesn't have metal. Yeah, he has no copper nearby, and his iron's a little awkwardly placed. So we'll see what we get. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's see who's going to grab the early religions. So polytheism. Looks like Pakal is going to get one of the 2 early religions. No one else is going for one. Boudica does start with mysticism tech, but she has decided to open with animal husbandry, and Hattie is probably going to get the 2nd religion because she is already on mysticism. Already on that. Okay, so here's our world, zoomed out. We have revealed the map, so we can see we already have the globe view. And the AI always starts with 2 settlers on deity, so let's watch where they are choosing to send them. Wherever the little archer is, that's where they're sending their initial settler. So a couple things to point out right away. Pakal, our big favorite for the game, is sending his settler away from the center of the map, usually a bad sign. There is some good resources down here, but yeah, you would think he'd do better if he put his first settler here. I already see people saying no in the chat. But Shaka's doing the same thing. He's opting to go to the west coast. Well, so he will have iron, but he doesn't know that yet. Napoleon's going north to this spot right here. Frederick, where Frederick goes is pretty key because he's so squished for land. It looks like he's heading southeast towards... Oh, look at this, look at this. We got a big race right here. Who's going to get this spot first, Frederick or de Gaulle? And where are they trying to settle? Because they both have settlers right here. Oh, by the way, and Boudica's already planted her first city. Not a great spot because there's a lot of jungle, but she has 1 rice. The rice tile makes this an okay city. Otherwise, this would be pretty bad. Hashtag real poverty points. And where's Hattie? Hattie is doing a smart thing. This is a good place to put her 2nd city. She's going to found on that tile. It's a little weak before she gets iron working, but gold and bananas, not bad. Anyway, so who's going to get this spot? I think Freddy's going to get it because I think de Gaulle is aiming for this spot, and I think Freddy's going to plant right on that tile. Let's see if I'm right. Oh, they're both going to settle. Oh, both going to get it. Okay, 3 tiles away. They can do that. All right, this is going to be good. So they are 3 tiles apart from one another. Wow, okay. That's fun. Or they could both settle. Let's see. So Freddy's city is probably the stronger one. He has a wet rice and horses. Also the gem resource, but he can't use it. Whereas de Gaulle has a dry rice and a plains cow. No, yeah, not as good. Not as good. Okay, so what else do we have here? I want to highlight this. Note that Frederick opened the game by mining a pig tile here. That might sound crazy, but it's not really that bad of a decision. It gives him a 2-3 tile, which is quite good in the early game, and he doesn't have animal husbandry yet. So Pakal also going for... All right, so Hattie is choosing to go after polytheism, so she is not going to get that, but we'll see. She will probably swap over and research... what's the other one? Meditation. She'll probably start researching meditation as soon as she loses out on that race. All right, so Napoleon's second city, it's... You know what? This would have been a better city if he planted it here, because then he would have had the sheep in his city's radius. Instead, he narrowly misses out on the sheep. All right, so he claims that tile. Shaka, a little aggressive here. He went pretty far south. Pakal, you know what? This is not the worst city for Pakal. I mean, again, it's better if he goes towards the center of the map, but he does have a double food bonus, so it's not that bad. Shaka, this city, not terrible. Rice is not too useful because it's under jungle, but he will have iron, and that will help him a lot. He'll have iron and horses at an early date, and that will be nice. Hattie, a great second city. Love this spot. I guess it's a little weak on food, but her borders will expand. She's creative, so she'll grab the floodplains, and then she'll have the gold. And I think that covers everybody's second city, so let's advance the turns a little bit. Wait until Pakal manages to grab polytheism. Most of the leaders are on animal husbandry, because a lot of them have animal husbandry resources at their capitals. So we're going to see... So this is part of the cost of why it's bad for Pakal to put his first city down here in the tundra. Because if he had put his first city here, it will become the holy city, and then his culture will just dominate this region. Instead, he goes to the south. And yeah, he's going to found... Oh, he went for Christianity. That's a weird choice for him. But now all his culture is just going to grab tiles down in this region that doesn't really matter, that he would have had control over anyway. All right, so he's got a settler under production in his capital. So does Hattie. So does Boudica. Seems to be pretty popular. I don't think we have any imperialistic leaders in this game right now. And then a lot of them have settlers underway in their second city. So there's Hattie on meditation, as expected. But look, Boudica also on meditation. So this could be a tight race between the two of them. Boudica will likely win because she will win... She gets the turn order tiebreak, so if it's the same turn, then Boudica will likely win that religion, and so she will presumably found it in this city, Vienne, up here. We'll see. And some other civs on bronze. Bronze working is really good for Freddy to research because he has a copper at his capital. He doesn't even know that he has that there, but it's a great tech for him to research for that reason. All right, so we will likely see the map get filled up for the next couple turns. Now de Gaulle is chasing a religion too. So they are the same turn, but again, Boudica should win that because she has turn order advantage by virtue of being higher in the alphabet. There's no fair way to do turn order advantage, but so just doing it alphabetical makes it easy to remember. And Hattie, off to a pretty good start here. I like that she's got this early settler, has the double food resources hooked up, and well, she hasn't gone for bronze working yet, so she'll be delayed on that for a while. All right, so we presumably will see a religion pop up here. There we go. So Taoism is the random choice. So Hattie does not get an early religion, somewhat surprisingly, considering how much force she puts into chasing after it. I wonder if she will now go after the monotheism religion. There's a good chance that she will at this point. Yeah, but... I mean, we could do it randomly, but it makes it so much easier when we just do it by alphabetical order. That is a very early barracks from Shaka. I guess he just really wanted promoted units. So anyway, Hattie has a settler done. Let's see where she chooses to send this one. She's sending it northeast. Pakal is about to finish one too. So she's off to a good start. And Pakal's almost done one. Let's see, who else is building one? Did Boudica just finish the settler? Hold on. Go back to the domestics. I believe she did. All right, so she's got one out on the map too. And Hattie and Boudica are heading towards each other. There are a lot of barb archers over here, though, and these settlers are not that well defended, so we could have a potential settler map. Oh, yeah, look at this. This could be trouble for Hattie. She's got a lot of barb archers around that. But Boudica's already claimed another city. And it's got the grassland pigs, so that makes it a good city. What is this? What are you doing here? Farming that tile? Guess she doesn't have bronze working yet. She's on mining, so she doesn't have bronze working yet. Okay. At least Hattie's going for mining tech now. Okay, so fortunately for Hattie, she did manage to keep her settler alive. Look at this. Both of these archers got redlined, so she could have lost the settler, but she didn't. And instead, she's going to found a city, presumably. He already has writing. I wonder if he popped that from a goody hut. Pakal has a settler out too now, and he is setting it in the correct location, which is up here towards the gold resource. All right, so he settled on the gold resource, which is a kind of a stupid thing to do because it wastes the yield from the gold resource, but the one thing it does do is it does connect the resource instantly. As long as he has mining tech, he will instantly have the resource connected, and that will give him extra happiness. So between the gold resource and his religion, he should have enough happiness to help him in the early game. But it does hurt to waste that resource, no doubt about it. Still, he claimed this spot. I expect, and this will likely lead to some tension between him and Hattie, because Hattie has a holy... No, she doesn't have a holy city, but she is creative, so she'll be pumping out a lot of culture. So almost a settler done for Shaka, almost a settler done for Napoleon, who's already has his horses connected. I suspect Shaka does as well, or no, he doesn't, but he will. He's unhappy. He must have done some whipping. Over here, Freddy's got a settler under production, and De Gaulle also has a settler under production, so we'll watch them once they get their settlers out. And what is Hattie doing? Where's her settler? Did she just lose a settler? Oh my god, look! You guys, right here. There's a burned city. She had her settler killed by the barbarians. Oh. Hattie. Those ruins don't just appear on the map. That means she had a city raise. Yeah. Can I change my first to die prediction again? Oh man. Okay. So yeah, that happened. Anyway, Shaka is just about. So we're about to get a whole bunch of settlers out on the map. First city raise goes to the Barbs. Because Shaka just finished, Napoleon is just finishing, and then Freddy and De Gaulle are finishing as well. So we're about to have a whole bunch of settlers out. I wonder how long until... so here's where Pakal's expansive trait really helps, right? Because he can build this granary super duper fast. But we'll watch where the settlers are going. Oh, wow, and look at this. He's already got a city at size 6. So if you're wondering why is Pakal first in score, he's already got a city at size 6, and he's going to finish this granary super fast. Hopefully... Oh, yeah, Egypt... Okay, so this is also key, as Ray Klops has pointed out. Egypt does not have horses, and that's really key, because their unique unit is, of course, based on horses. But there are no horses anywhere. Egypt is not getting horses, not unless someone trades it to them. Because, like, there's one here, and there's one over here, but like no horses for Egypt. Now granted, she has copper at her capital, which is nice, but no horses for her. And Hattie is not going for bronze working, as far as I can tell. Not going for bronze working, she's going for monotheism. So no axes, will not connect this copper anytime soon. Yeah, she's having a rough start to this game. Also, why is Napoleon building a library in a size 1 Arctic tundra city? You're my number 2 pick, man. I need you to start doing stuff. Anyway, so Shaka's got a settler out. Looks like it's heading to this patch over here. How about Freddy? He has finished a settler. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, so he's going southwest now. Looks like he's probably going to settle on that tile. And, oh, Shaka? Huh. I thought he would be a little bit more aggressive in terms of land grabbing. He only went 3 tiles from his capital. Does have food, but he's got to pop borders first, so I don't know. And here comes Napoleon. He's probably going to grab this resource cluster, which might not be the best, but he does need copper, I suppose. So get him a key resource. And Freddy did settle on that tile as expected. So here's our early map right here. If you're curious, we have a Barb City way over here in Shaka/Napoleon's backlines. And De Gaulle's going for early Stonehenge. That will put a lot of cultural pressure on Hamburg. like a lot of cultural pressure on Hamburg. Most everybody's on bronze working right now. So Pakal does go over to a settler. Note that Pakal's already built a barracks and a granary in his capital. Again, the advantage of having a capital that's larger in size is just huge. So the religion plus the gold resource is nice. So maybe it's not the worst thing in the world that over here he settled on the gold resource. I know it's a little bit silly, but who knows. So de Gaulle, yes, keep an eye on him. He already popped borders. Did he build a monument in here? Yeah, he already built a... What? Well, that's a lot of infrastructure. He built a barracks, a granary, and a monument in this city. I guess it does have a lot of production, and apparently it's size 6. What the? How did he get his city up to size 6 already? I guess he's charismatic? Oh, he's charismatic with the monuments. That makes sense now. And he's industrious, so the wonder's cheap. This is like the Lord Parkin playbook from Pit Boss 4 at Realms Beyond. Over here, Boudica's building another settler, so she's already at 3 cities and on another settler. Hattie is belatedly now going for another settler. What she really needs to do, though, is she needs to mine, research bronze working, and connect this this copper resource. But she is not doing that right now. But yeah, Stonehenge looks like it's going to finish, so that'll be fun. And Freddy is on another settler. Napoleon settled for the... he's going for these early libraries. That's really weird. Maybe he's just... Does he not have mysticism? Is that the reason why? Alright, so he's building libraries because he lacks mysticism. That must be why. Still a really weird decision. This is actually a pretty nice city. It's a little low on food. Why, oh why did he plant it here? He should have planted it 1 tile further north. Then he would have had the sheep. Whatever. I guess he just doesn't like that sheep resource. Maybe he wants to squeeze in another city there. I don't know. So Napoleon... not really grabbing much land. He'd be doing much better to settle towards Frederick. I thought that's what he was going to do, but has not been doing it. Anyway, Hattie's also going for Stonehenge, but that's not going to work. And there are a lot of settlers in production. But for right now, we'll just watch the Stonehenge build finish. So yeah, early Stonehenge. And de Gaulle did get out to a 3rd city over there, so... not the worst start for him. He's actually... in 3rd place. Again, I think he'll do better in this game. The diplomatic environment is just set up well for him. This city, Marseille, is going to be culturally crushed by Vienne, though. This city's going to pop its 3rd ring borders and steal that horse away. At least temporarily. Well, no, Marseille gets a free... he does get a free monument from Stonehenge, and the fact that de Gaulle's charismatic and he built Stonehenge is really nice for him. Anyway, but we are going to see monotheism pop up in this city here, because Hattie's about to grab the 3rd religion. So all of the religions are going to be on the south side of the map, which is kind of funny. It's just she picks Hinduism for her religion, and apparently is building the Great Wall, so kudos for that. Just kind of weird. Anyway, Pakal has another settler out. We'll see where he chooses to go. Either towards Shaka or towards Hattie, I guess. Or he could even keep going north. He could grab this spot. Elsewhere, Napoleon is not expanding the way he should. Building libraries for some reason everywhere. And we have another settler about to finish from Shaka. And Frederick. And I think Boudica has... yeah, Boudica has one out on the map right now. Would the French having a 2-move rifleman have been overpowered? Yes, probably. Yes. I think it's a good reason that there's no... 2-move rifles in this game. That would be a little overpowered. Having a 2-move musket's bad enough, but rifles are like a huge jumping point in terms of military strength. Okay, so Hattie heading west. She has settled almost entirely towards Pakal, which means that Boudica still has a lot of land over here. Well, I mean, she didn't. She settled over here, but she lost that settler, so, you know. There are 2 archers protecting this settler, so it's like, we won't let that happen again. Not going to get fooled a second time. Meanwhile, Shaka has a settler. So let's just see where all the settlers are. So Shaka's got one here. Pakal has one here. Hattie has a settler here. Boudica... oh, she already settled. I knew she had one out on the map, so she settled here. Good city long term, very weak until you can cut down the jungle. Just no food bonuses at all. So that part of the map's starting to get snapped up too. And de Gaulle, does he have a settler out? I don't think so, no. Freddy does though. He's heading north into the tundra. Oh, and he just lost it. Did you see that, you guys? Did you see that? Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. I'm wrong. That was a scout that got munched, not a settler. His settler's over here. I thought for a second the warrior munched his settler, but nope. Nope, nope, nope. It's protected by a spearman for some unknown reason, so his settler's okay. And he chooses to found a tundra city up there. So, okay. A lot of competition for the Great Wall. Also, Napoleon should really get some more cities out, not continue building units in every one of his 3 cities. All right, there he goes. Now he's got a settler. I guess his science will be okay because he has all those libraries. Anyway, Shaka's grabbing this spot. You know, if Shaka gets his whole peninsula back here, he's going to be in a nice position in this game. And had he grabbed this spot here, a little aggressive. Like, Pakal's actually getting boxed in to a certain extent here, in a way that's not good for him. Then again, he's still got room up near the center of the map. So he picked this spot. That's a great yeah, that's a good city. He's got the corn for food, another horse resource, the sugar. So Pakal's just like, screw it, I'm heading for the center of the map. I don't care. But it would have been nice for Pakal if he could have gotten territory over here, like in this disputed zone, especially because Hattie's creative. So Hattie and Pakal are topping the scoreboard for right now, and then it's decreased from there. I still can't get over the fact that that city was raised by the barbarians. Think how much stronger Hattie would be if she had planted this city. She would have expanded borders by now. She would have had the iron and the pigs in her territory. She would have had the ivory claims by now. That was a huge, huge setback for her. And Boudica's got another settler out, so she might be the one who ends up getting this spot just because of the slowness of Hattie. Oh yeah, we have barb cities, right? Let's get rid of the resources. So we've got one. Is that the only one? The only one over there for right now. I wouldn't be surprised if another one pops up here, though. There's also a bit of a race for the Great Wall going on, so yeah, that's happening too. It looks like Hattie's going to get the Great Wall. And she did not settle on top of her gold resource. Better decision on her part. So Pakal is trying to expand out of this city, which is a mistake. It's a low production spot. Shaka, I think he has a settler out somewhere. I thought I saw him building another one. Workers. Oh, he has a settler in his capital. Let's see where this one's heading. Heading northeast. Okay. And Napoleon has got a lot of units over here for some reason. A lot of chariots. And he has just finished a settler as well. So on we go. It's almost turn 50. There is the Great Wall. Hattie's like, yeah, I bet you wish you'd built the Great Wall. Look at those barbarian warriors in your territory. I don't know why Pakal's building Temple of Artemis, though. That seems like a mistake. He did just whip out a settler here. I'll be curious where... Wait. He has 2 settlers down here. Okay, never mind. He's doing better than I thought. He has a settler here and another settler here. So now the question is where he chooses to send them. He really should probably try to settle more of the disputed border. Yeah, the southern civs all hate each other. Oh, I think you're right. I think those barbs were teleported. Good call. I think that is what happened. And we're on turn 50, so let's zoom out, take stock of the game, and see what's going on. So one settler's heading this way. The other settler, I think, is not going to move out until that barbarian's dealt with. Okay, so let's zoom out, see the map. So here's where we are, 50 turns in. I'll print screen that. So I would say Napoleon is off to a weak start, which is bad for me because he's only on the 3 cities. I mean, he has another unit out on the map, but this has not been a very dynamic start. Shaka looks to be in good shape to get this peninsula on the west. If he does that, I like his chances to be like a 2nd or 3rd place civ in this game. Hattie was disastrously set back by losing a settler. She's actually doing reasonably well considering she lost a settler. Boudica has grabbed a lot of land over here. I like the 5 cities she has so far. De Gaulle, I mean, he's got a lot of, I mean, he got the Stonehenge, which is nice. He's got a lot of cultural pressure on Hamburg, but he's just stuck on 3 cities. I don't know why he hasn't built more settlers. Does he have one out on the map right now? Nope. So he's on 3 cities. He doesn't seem to be expanding, so I don't know what he's doing right now. Freddy is fine for now. His diplomatic situation, like he's even got 2 settlers in production. For him, it's just his diplomatic situation is so awful. I still feel like he is very likely to be one of the... Wow, and that's a lot of annoyed faces on that map. So, okay, that's not good for Hattie. She's the worst enemy of like half the game. Foreign religion plus highest peace weight in the game is a bad combo. Freddy is not actually the worst enemy. Oh, de Gaulle is the worst enemy of Frederick. Okay. And Pakal is Hattie's worst enemy. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people not liking her. I just feel like because Freddy is so much closer that he'd be more likely to get targeted, but maybe Hattie will be the first one out. One of those two is almost certain to be the first one to die. All right, so here's our early GMP. It's mostly culture at this point. Production, I don't see a huge difference. Food, I guess Pakal, de Gaulle, Pakal and de Gaulle, along with Boudicar at the tops there. Freddy's actually doing pretty decently. And power. Everybody's pretty close at this point. I don't see any huge differences. So I've heard you guys repeatedly asking for turning on Raging Barbs. It's already too late to do that because I've already generated the maps for the wildcard game, so that's not going to happen. But good suggestion. I don't think it would end up mattering that much anyway because with the wildcard game, the map is going to be very congested, so there won't be that much room for barbarians to spawn in anyway. We just had a SETI go down for both Shaka and Napoleon. Actually going to retake this screenshot for turn 50 because we had, and Pakal put one down too. So there we go. So we'll just use the turn 51 screenshot instead of turn 50 since there were all those settlers out on the map. So Pakal, this is key because he grabs horses. Now I don't know why in the world he decided to settle on the horses. This is like a pretty useless city. There's no resources and no food bonuses or anything like that. He's got another settler, so if he's smart, he'll move it and try to go grab the copper. He really could use this marble. Like, a city down here is normally pretty cruddy, but if he grabs this marble, it's worth it because he's trying to build Temple of Artemis for God knows what reason. Or he could try to settle up here by Shaka. That would be a smart decision too. Shaka City, nothing really in terms of resources. It's a pretty weak city. Napoleon's city is much better because he's got an iron resource, but he needs to expand borders, and that's not going to happen for a while. Yeah, stop settling on your resources. I know, right? Not the best decision. And meanwhile, we have a settler for Freddy out on the map, and he's about to finish another one, so he might be double expanding. De Gaulle, I have no idea what he's doing. He's building a settler here, but he certainly hasn't been expanding fast. He seems to be having some serious barb problems for unknown reasons. Boudica is still on 5 cities. She did end up getting this area over here, which would have been Hattie's territory, but she lost out. Hattie, is she building any more settlers? Does she have like a settler out? Because she is still only on 3 cities. Yeah, she does. This is one here. Let's see where this one chooses to settle. Alright, so on the hill. That's a very defensive settlement. It's not too bad because it's got the floodplains. If she farms the floodplains and camps the ivory, it's okay. Wouldn't say it's a great spot, though. And where's Pakal moving that settler? The one that was in Lakama. Please tell me he didn't lose it to the barbs. Nope, it's up here. Alright, here it is. So he is doing a pretty good job. Looks like he wants a spot over here by Shaka. And he's almost got almost got 2 more settlers done. So go Pakal. Alright, so once again he settles on a resource, but in his defense he cannot see the uranium. It's way too early in the game. So for him this is just a coastal city. So yeah, Pakal doing well. He's gonna have another city out. Yeah, he's settling the map quite well. Napoleon not so well. De Gaulle not so well. De Gaulle is still struggling. Freddy is doing pretty well up here, at least until everybody attacks him and kills him. So yeah, he's got another settler here. I think he has 2 settlers out on the map. Nope, just the one. Just the one for right now. Let's see where this one plants. Alright, so he's grabbing this jungle region. This is another area that'll be nice long term, but is pretty awful right now. Oh, never mind. He found it up here. Okay, I missed this. So he did found another. Geez, look how these two, their borders are just all on top of one another. So he's actually on 6 cities with another settler almost done. So he seems less likely to be the first one out at this point. I would say Hattie is looking very strongly like first one out of the game at this point. Just because she has fewer cities and, well, yeah, everybody seems to detest her. Shouldn't be too much longer until we have the first wars. I can't imagine it'll be too much longer. And so Hattie has already built her shrine. Boy, that'll be a nice pickup for whoever kills her. Which someone definitely will. And there's another settler done in Mutal. Let's see where this one goes. There it goes. Up to Chichen Itza. Yeah, that didn't take long. I did mention that there would probably be a war soon. Okay, so our first one is against Hattie. All right, War Declaration 1. This city is on a hill. The problem is it hasn't had time to get walls or much in the way of defenses up. But this might be able to hold because archers in a city on a hill tend to be pretty strong. Let's see how many units Hattie can get in there. This is obviously pretty key as to whether she can hold this city or not. So what is it? We've got 2 axes, a chariot, a spear, and an archer against 3 archers. Could be dicey. Could be close. Now see, this is where the turn order really matters. If Hattie was able to get these 3 archers in, the city would not fall. We'll see. Depends on the dice rolls here. Nope. Oh, never mind. He didn't attack at all. Okay. Didn't end up depending on the dice rolls because it never came to a battle in the first place. Those could be potentially significant conversions, though, because Shaka just picked up Hattie's religion, not Pakal's religion. And de Gaulle picked up Boudica's religion. Okay. I mean, so 3 archers to answer. I just saw Weierstrass mention this. So 3 archers in a city on a hill probably hold that, but all it takes is like the first axe winning at wins like a 15% odds battle. If that happens, all of a sudden the city can fall, right? I've seen it happen enough times to see like you get one unlucky or unlikely combat result and all of a sudden the results swing. So yeah, that kind of stuff can happen. I was also curious where Pakal was moving his settler because he had one over here. He had one over here. Oh, here it is. Never mind. He must have moved it down here. So he's going to take advantage of this war to claim the copper. So where in the world is this stack going? I'll tell you where it's going. Right into the stack of archers at Alexandria. So that did nothing. That attack failed. Hattie has survived the first blow. The question is, what happens if Pakal joins this war? Then it might not go so well, because Pakal is doing quite well for himself down here. Wow, and he got another city up here too. Jeez, I didn't even realize that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's on 8 cities. Shaka got another city as well. This one right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shaka's on 7 cities. You know what? At this point, I'm really wishing I'd picked Shaka for second instead of Napoleon, but we'll see. And de Gaulle did finally get a 4th city up here at Avignon. But he doesn't. He appears to be building units, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's getting ready to attack Freddy. Let's see the power bar graphs. Yeah, see, Boudica just took a hit. Hattie is last in power, so that is not a good sign for her. Shaka to roll Pakal? I would be surprised if that happened. Pakal's pretty well situated right now, but hey, they could go to war, and that would certainly have a huge effect on this game. Worst enemy of 5 people. Not a good sign for her. Not a good sign. And she's building the Oracle, so because that's a good call. Good time to build the Oracle for sure. Yeah, some of these peaceful AIs are just suicidal. Where's Napoleon? Oh, so Napoleon is going over here. If he grabs the gold resource, that would be a nice pickup for him. Although no, he's got 2 settlers. Napoleon, what are you doing? Go settle some territory. You know what? He saw the Barb Archer, turned around and ran back in the opposite direction. Dude, you gotta actually settle cities. It's not enough just to build the settler. You have to you have to move the settler out and grab a position on the map. Anyway, so Temple of Artemis is going to go over to Pakal for what that's worth, and Boudica has another stack gathering right now. So I don't think that that Hattie's going to die just to Boudica, but I think it's quite likely someone else will attack as well. Napoleon, what are you doing with those settlers? So he's got one. Oh, did he move the settler back out again? Okay. Oh, he's got 2 settlers. Wait, he's got 3 settlers here. Jeez, man, settle your cities. He's got 2 settlers here, and he has another one in Tours. No wonder he's so far behind. He just hasn't been planting his settlers on the map. And at this point, he's already lost a lot of the potential territory. All right, what is with settling on the gold resources in this game? Seriously. So did Hattie build that? I think she did. Hold on. Yeah, so she built the Oracle. And let's see what she slingshotted. It looks like she picked up Monarchy. Either that or Ironworking, so probably Monarchy. But yeah, Napoleon still has like these multiple settlers running around. He's got one here. Where did his other settler go? I hope he didn't lose it to the barbs somehow, because I don't see it. Maybe he somehow lost it to the barbarians. I don't know, because he did have 3 settlers over here, and now I only... Oh, wait. He's got one in here. I'm probably wasting too much time on this. Oh, well. Let's just say Napoleon has not gotten off to a good start. Yeah, the S... I know. I'm aware that it's just... In French, it's tour. I know. Shouldn't say tours. Yeah, so she picked up Monarchy and then went to Hereditary Rule. That is her favorite civic. So Memphis has like a ridiculous amount of culture in it. It's got the Oracle and what other? It has the Oracle and it's the Oracle and a holy city and the Hindu shrine are all in there. That said, Pakal just built Temple of Artemis in this city, so he has a ton of culture pushing back in Chichen Itza. So yeah, and he's got another settler out and another settler in production. I don't know where these settlers are going to go. Maybe into the center of the map. Anyway, this war between Boudica and Hattie has been pretty quiet for the time being. Alright, and Freddie has picked up... Okay, so we just had some pretty significant religious changes there. So Napoleon has picked up Pakal's religion. Freddie has picked up Hattie's religion. That's going to make people... Wow, okay, that's a lot of hate right there. So now... A lot of people are going to dislike Freddie. There's a lot of unhappy faces on this right now. Reveal map is a great suggestion, because we're right about at the point where most of the map's been has been claimed. Napoleon, you gotta move your settlers out, dude. It's not enough to build them. Where in the world does he have his... I don't know what he did, but he seems to have stunted himself on land pretty badly. Like, Freddie should not have gotten that spot. Napoleon should have gotten it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Freddie's on 7 cities. Again, if his diplomatic situation wasn't so horrendous, I'd say he's in great shape here. But who knows, maybe. De Gaulle is finally up to 5 cities as well. So he's got that going for him. I will say Pakal is in really good shape. Aside from this city, which is like potentially a culture flip because of the ridiculous culture coming out of Memphis. Like, if you want to see it on the culture overlay, like, look, this is how far out the culture reaches from Memphis. A long way out in all directions. The other thing I wanted to see was where those settlers are for Pakal, because he's got one in his capital, which appears to just be hanging out in his capital. So there's that. And a great general born looks like another. All right, I was gonna say looks like another failed attack, and we just had. Well, so that answers the question of, I said this city should not have been, Napoleon should not have allowed Frederick to get that spot, and sure enough, he didn't. He just attacked and raised the spot. So much for that. Alright, so the wars against Freddie have begun. I expect de Gaulle will enter this war too. So maybe Napoleon will actually move one of his settlers over there and claim that. It's unfortunate for him that that was an auto-raise instead of being captured. Does Napoleon even have any settlers out on the map right now? I think he has a... Oh, he has a settler over here in Tours. Napoleon's like, nope. But if he had done that like 2 or 3 turns later, I think he would have gotten the city capture instead of the auto raise, and that would have been nice. That said, Cologne up here looks pretty vulnerable, and that would be a big grab if he could take it. Frederick's actually higher than Napoleon in power, so might not be as easy as we think. But again, I expect other AIs to join in this battle, like de Gaulle. He's still the worst enemy of yeah, he's getting ready to attack somebody. He's got a lot of units over there. How about Shaka? Does he have any oh, hello. Okay. Look at this. There's another stack incoming. Looks like Shaka's getting ready to attack. But he's not getting ready to attack Freddy. He's getting ready to attack Hattie, because otherwise he would not have turned to the right. He would have just attacked right there. And there's 2 Barb cities over here now. Also, Napoleon apparently is just never going to use that settler. It's just going to sit there forever. There's an unguarded settler up here. Kind of curious if that gets sniped. Or did he wisely... Alright, no. Freddy was smart enough to retreat that. Anyway, so here comes Shaka. I guess he's going to come and pile on Hattie, and she will probably be the first to die, which means I have picked incorrectly, unfortunately. Which is especially weird because Shaka shares the same religion with Hattie, maybe? How does he feel about her again? Alright, Shaka. Nope, even though they share the same religion, he's still annoyed with her. That's pretty hilarious. Shares the same religion but is annoyed, nonetheless. That's peace weight for you. Hattie needs to grab one of those barbs. Yeah, if she wants to do a reprise of what she did last year, right? And Pakal also has a... So he had a settler somewhere out here. I'm curious where... Worker... He's got a settler in here. Maybe he's heading for that spot. Anyway, so here comes Shaka. We'll keep watching him. He's definitely going after Hattie too. Or at least I thought he was. Who knows? Oh, he doesn't have open borders with... Shaka doesn't have open borders with Pakal. That's why he's walking this long way around. And there's another attack here incoming. Napoleon is trying to hit this city that's on a city on a hill with walls, so that's not going to work. As he continues to have his settler stand-in tour for no reason. Over here, Alexandria. This is a pretty... I remember how I said when this city was first planted it was pretty defensive. It's been proving that way. Also, Boudica seems to want to go after Memphis, which has on a hill with city defenses out the wazoo. So that's not going to work. Over here, Napoleon was able to redline the defenders, but of course he wasn't able to kill any of them, so that was a wasted attack. So de Gaulle is actually quietly doing pretty well for himself over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cities up here. Freddy's on 7 as well. And Pakal is, I don't know what he's doing right now. Maybe he's getting ready to attack someone. I wonder who we would pick. Yeah, Freddy first on construction. I know, right? Where did Shaka go? Wait, did he turn around and attack, Oh, we got a double war declaration, I think. Nope. Pakal. I thought Shaka was declaring war on Freddy, but instead he turned around and moved back. I don't know where this stack is going now. It's heading somewhere, but who knows where it's going. Alright, so... Pakal is at war with Hattie too. This is very good for Pakal winning the game. Like, he's probably not in a position to take any cities right now, but this means that long term he will probably divide up Hattie's territory with Boudica, and that's exactly what he needs to do to keep snowballing in this game. Also, Pakal will be the most likely one to capture Memphis, which is a ridiculously valuable city, between its Hindu shrine and wonders and all that jazz. Does Shaka have open borders with Freddy then? Good question. He must, otherwise he couldn't be in his territory. Yeah, he has open borders with Freddy. I cannot figure out what Freddy is doing, or what Shaka is doing with this stack. He will declare war at pleased, so he can be attacking literally anyone. I'm just going to continue watching this stack as it wanders around. Nope, now he turned around and moved back this way again. Napoleon is not... Oh, he's going for Cologne now. This is a much easier target for an attack. But again, I don't think he's going to succeed. He really needs either to get construction or get some kind of a tech edge. He just doesn't have enough cities right now. He's only got 5 cities against the 7 that Freddy has, so that's a tough order. And Boudica is not achieving much right now. I guess Napoleon is researching construction very slowly because his economy is awful. How about Pakal? He's going for horseback riding, so not going to have construction anytime soon. This city is way too well defended. On a hill, 60% defense is not falling anytime soon. So the high peace weight AI... Oh, never mind. Here goes Shaka. He's still going east. Is he going for Boudica? That would be an odd choice. Maybe Shaka got pulled into this war because he has the same religion as Hattie. That would be interesting to see. Because he's just got this stack walking slowly across the map. Hattie founds another religion as a result of researching Code of Laws. Well, there are 2 stacks here, so if they both attacked at the same time, one of them might be able to break through and capture this city. Maybe. Anyway, Cologne survived an attack, no surprise. And let's get a quick look at the power bar graphs right now. All right, so Pakal has jumped way up. Napoleon took big losses. And Hattie is still one of the weakest in the game. Does not look like de Gaulle is interested in fighting right now, because he is not in the middle of a build-up. Pakal is building a lot of units, though. He has a lot of cities, including this poor city right here. I am still curious where the heck Shaka is going. Maybe he got teleported. I don't know. It's hard to figure out where he's going. Memphis did not actually get attacked there. It would be funny if Freddy actually turned this around and killed Napoleon, and Napoleon was the first to die. That would be highly amusing. Yeah, de Gaulle is just like, I'm going to sit here and build wonders and build crummy tundra cities up here in the north. He's got 7 cities, but I wouldn't say... Some of these are pretty low... Like I said, some of these are pretty low-quality cities. All right, where is Shaka going? Will we find out? All right, so this will be the moment of truth. He can enter Hattie's borders next turn, or he can enter Boudica's borders next turn. He could be going for either one of them. Hattie on aesthetics, of course. Freddy's on construction. That's kind of interesting. Napoleon also very slowly researching construction. All right, let's see where he's going. Are those stacks just going to leave Memphis? Somebody attacked, but had no success. Memphis is not going to fall without catapults to drop the defenses. It's just 60% on a hill. Like that's not going to be defeated. Maybe if Pakal could get enough horse archers or something. I don't know. Yeah, he did very well for himself in the land grab, though. All right, let's see. Where's Shaka going? Who's he attacking? He's attacking somebody. And it is Hattie is his target. You guys were right. It's de Gaulle adopts police state. Just wait for it. Okay. There we go. All right, so that's another war. We're already at 4 wars on turn 85. Jeez. Maybe my prediction of 15 was too low. I should have gone higher. This rambunctious group here. So Pakal really should give him open borders. That would help in that war effort. But, oh, they do have open borders now. Okay. Yeah, so Hattie almost certainly is first to die at this point, which is unfortunate for her. Everybody seems to detest her. Again, she should be able to hold out for the time being. Yeah, oh my god, look at that. Not popular with hardly anyone. She should be able to hold out for the time being until people start building catapults, but that can only last so long. Meanwhile, the Napoleon versus Frederick war seems to be stalemated right now. Napoleon just horribly messed up the early game. He's put himself in a bad position. De Gaulle is building units now, though, so maybe he will join one of these wars. And of course, Boudica's still in this war too. We've got the 3v1 going on down here in Egypt. Tough position to be in. Could be really crucial to see who can. So normally, I said Memphis wouldn't fall, but if 3 different civs all attack at once, maybe. It's a lot of units attacking Alexandria, and that city does not have 60% defenses. Note that Hattie continues furiously building Buddhist missionaries while researching aesthetics as she's under attack. Figures it's the kind of thing she would do. So Shaka just attacked and lost his units. So that attack didn't work. Hattie's starting to get some pretty highly promoted units in these cities too. And Boudica just attacked and lost her units. When will one of these people have catapults? Boudica's on mathematics. Pakal seems content to research economic stuff for the time being. Yeah, so she continues to hold for the time being. The fact that these cities, Alexandria and Memphis, are both on hills is helping a lot too. Meanwhile, up here, Freddie just launched a major attack that came up just short at Chartres. I do wonder also how different this would be if that city that Napoleon captured hadn't been auto-raised. I think that would have helped him a ton. Meanwhile, the Barbs are just like, well, we'll just do our thing, because you guys are all fighting each other. We'll just hang out over here and build stuff. How about de Gaulle? He does seem to be building up to attack someone. Who is he unhappy with? So he really dislikes Frederick and Hattie. He would probably be more likely to attack Frederick, given how close he is. Not guaranteed, though. Freddie has construction, that's true. He is the first one with it, and you can see there is a catapult under production. So that might be the way to break through this. Napoleon's not bugged, he just has made some dumb decisions with his AI programming. Alright, and so Hattie gets peace with one of her opponents. Pakal will likely be back, though. Here comes Shaka with another stack. Like, Pakal, it would probably be the smartest decision to wait until he has catapults, then come back and attack, instead of throwing units away. Alright, so, like, this is a nice stack from Shaka, but look how many units Hattie has in there. And they're so well promoted, too. So, like, this attack is not going to work. Shaka's going to lose all those units if he attacks, which he did. And there it is. De Gaulle's declared war on Frederick too. Alright, so maybe Freddie is still have a chance for first to die. Maybe. We'll see. De Gaulle is somewhat surprisingly near the top of the scoreboard. And Napoleon does have catapults now, so maybe if the two of them can tag team here. Like, this attack on Hamburg's obviously not going to succeed, but it might pull enough attention over here that it allows Napoleon to capture Cologne, which would be a huge win. Like, this city's not well defended at all. It's got the 50% defenses, but catapults don't get defensive bonuses. It's not on a hill. It's pretty vulnerable. If all these units attack at the same time, Napoleon could potentially take it. If he's stupid and attacks with half of them, then no, it's not falling. And that's exactly what he did. He attacked with a couple units, but this stack would presumably be enough, especially because it's got catapults. Freddie also finished the Hanging Gardens, but that's not going to help him very much. Oh, here's de Gaulle's main stack. Frankfurt could get captured too, because, what is that, 4 swords? And this city, most of the defenders are catapults. Let's see. Oh, de Gaulle on the rampage! De Gaulle taking the city. So that's the first big core city to get taken. Could this be the beginning of the end for Freddie? Can Freddie actually hold on longer than Hattie? We shall see. So far, Hattie's been defending quite well, but this could be the beginning of the end. Pakal now has construction. Yeah, Pakal is teching very fast. So he gets construction, he re-enters the war, that would be it. Remember, he's at peace for now, but that just gives him a chance to build up his units. This could be working out really well for Pakal. Let Shaka and Boudica bash their heads against Hatshepsut for a while, then enter the war again and start capturing cities with a huge army. Yeah, de Gaulle did something in this game, right? He didn't just immediately die. Okay, Napoleon, for some reason, is splitting his stacks. Instead of just focusing on Cologne, he's split in half and now seems to be going for Berlin for some unknown reason. Alright, so Freddy, he's still got a lot of cities. He still has 6, but there's a lot of unhappiness in his territory, and he's fighting, 2 empires at once. So, I don't know. It's going to be a close race for who's first to die here. We've got another force. Boudica does not have construction, though, so until she and Shaka get catapults, they will not be able to do much of anything here. Like, they're literally beating their heads against walls. So we could have a tight race for first to die. Napoleon does have catapults, so if he can catapult Berlin and take the defenses down that way, because like he's starting now and he is bringing in more catapults. Okay, this could work for him. It's gonna take a while, but it could work. He's fighting an empire and a republic, something like that. Also, Napoleon is building another settler for some unknown reason. What about the settler he already had? Apparently he lost the settler he had somehow, so now he's building another one. Sometimes I just do not understand the AI in this game. Their decisions are baffling to me. Okay, so Berlin is slowly losing its defenses. And Shaka's now converted to Pakal's religion. That's kind of a big deal too. Because now he loses his religious alliance with Hattie. Alright, so once again Memphis got attacked. Once again, doesn't look like it fell. Here comes another force of horse archers. The only thing I can say about horse archers is they do have the chance to retreat, and that can help sometimes. Yet another attack went against Alexandria and did not succeed. So much for Boudica. This war has not really been serving her well. Oh, and it's turn 100. Cool. She's mostly just been throwing units ineffectually at the walls here and not succeeding. We'll see if Shaka has any more success. I don't anticipate, though. Hattie needs like 2 more spears in this city. She's got mostly swords, which I guess are okay as defensive units, but axes and spears are a heck of a lot better. So Berlin's slowly getting catapulted. There's 3 cats right now taking down the defenses. And right now, Freddy's focused on trying to recapture Frankfurt, so he might be losing his capital here soon. Maybe. Let's zoom out, get the full view. So the whole world's settled now, except for Barbarian Peninsula, and this little hole right here in the middle. Pakal is just developing right now. He's building ball courts everywhere. That's just going to increase his happiness allotment that much more. He's also crammed in a city here that I don't think will flip to Shaka, but who really knows? In terms of the bar graphs, De Gaulle built the pyramids. I saw we had a question for that. So Pakal is leading in GMP. That's not surprising. And we can swap over to classical era music, as you guys suggested. So that's GMP. Production, everybody's pretty close. No difference there. Food, De Gaulle, surprisingly, and Pakal. Those 2 are tops in food, followed by Hattie. And then all the aggressive leaders seem to be struggling. Power, it's pretty close. Boudica, you can see, just lost a huge stack. Pakal is actually number 1 in power, and Freddy is being slowly dragged down here. In terms of culture, Hattie, De Gaulle, again, somewhat surprisingly, and Shaka's culture is terrible, not surprisingly. All right, we'll reveal the map again, and while we're in World Builder mode, here we go. Just give ourselves something everybody has, like ironworking. They all have ironworking by now. If I can just find it. Which one of the 3 tech trees is it on? Wow, I am bad at spotting this. Here it is. All right. His new city gives him incense. I think that's right. Yeah, it does give him incense. Although his capital's borders might have expanded that far anyway. Hey, it's always better to have more cities, right? And his culture is strong enough that he'll probably be able to grab some of these tiles from Shaka eventually. This is like a proxy war right now. Pakal's letting Shaka do his dirty work for him. Yes, we'll sign open borders. De Gaulle. Yeah, I don't think an attack's going to succeed there. Oh, what the? Frankfurt. Oh, okay. So what happened there was Frederick captured Frankfurt, and then it was recaptured again by de Gaulle, or vice versa, something along those lines. Something along those lines. So Berlin's defenses are mostly down. Napoleon's stack just got hit by catapults, so he will presumably heal them and then attack Berlin. In the meantime, let's watch and see this assault on Memphis. I think there's enough units there that this will not succeed, but we'll see. Plus the 60% cultural defenses, you know. Yeah, that attack did not work. Hamburg has fallen. Wait, Hamburg? Where is that? Oh, duh. You guys are right. Okay. I was watching the wrong part of the map. Sorry. This city had fallen. Okay. Frederick lost his second city. You guys are right. Okay. So it wasn't Frankfurt, it was Hamburg. My bad. I saw the units over here, and I totally whiffed on that one. Totally whiffed on that. Okay. So over here, Napoleon presumably will attack. I don't know if he has enough units to actually capture the city, though, because he has a lot of catapults, but he's missing attackers. We'll see, though. At the very least, he'll do some damage. So he didn't actually attack yet. Or if he did, he didn't kill anything. Looks like he just sent in the chariots and nothing else. Maybe Napoleon's waiting for this other mini stack to catch up. That would be a smart decision. It does look like Freddy is slowly in the process of dying, though. Hattie has cleared her borders of yet another attack from Shaka. So maybe Freddy is going to be the first to die, and this was like a big fake out. Alright, so that attack finally came in against Berlin and was very successful. It redlined everything, and oh, there's some super promoted swords. So I think Napoleon's going to capture this city. Keep the focus up here for right now. Or not. Apparently Freddy decided to reinforce and Napoleon stopped to heal. But, I mean, he can just attack again and keep attacking. Freddy, I think, is taking it on the chin in this war. Yeah. I am correct, taking it on the chin. By the way, look at these repeated attacks that are failing against Hattie. Boudica takes a huge nosedive here and here. Shaka takes a nosedive, takes another nosedive. Yeah, the only war that's progress is being made is in the war against Frederick. So Berlin, yeah, Berlin is going to fall, I think. I think there's enough full health units here. It's some very bloody fighting, but I think Napoleon's going to do this. There it is. All right, so that probably seals Frederick for first to die. As Hattie continues founding minority religions that she doesn't need. Yeah, so that's a pretty huge blow. Now, were there any wonders in that city? I'm trying to remember. Oh, the Hanging Gardens. Not a crucial wonder. A little bit more health for Napoleon, so that's nice. We'll help his score out a little bit. Why does Shaka have all these horse archers up here? Oh, I think they're covering workers. Okay. And does Napoleon... Did he ever found a city with that extra settler that he had? I don't think he did. Nope, he's still just got a settler hanging out here. Chin is not in this game, it's true. De Gaulle doesn't want to embarrass himself in front of Napoleon. Well, he's doing better than not embarrassing himself. He's #1 in score right now in the game. De Gaulle to win? Yeah, he's got 9 cities as and his cities are quite large in size as compared to they're even larger in size than Pakal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because Pakal also has 9 cities, but they're not as large. So yeah, and he's on the march to take more cities, I think, in the process of regrouping. So Freddy looks like he's going to be the first one to go in this match. Pakal, you need to declare war on Hatshepsut. Yeah, you need to go back to war and start taking her cities. You have construction. You could actually pull it off. How about Boudica? Does she have construction yet? I don't think so. She's building the mausoleum. So is... Okay, Pakal is still in wonder building mode, so he doesn't look like he's planning to attack anyone right now. All the main action still seems to be up here against Frederick. He's continuing to take a nosedive. Yeah, we'll sign open borders. So he does have ivory for war elephants. That's nice for him. Where's his ivory located? Here. So if he were to lose Munich... Alright, so Shaka did finally sign peace, bringing that war to an end. So it looks like Hattie's going to survive. Going to make it through this. Still at war with Boudica, though. I mean, I still think long-term the outcome is horrible for her because so many people hate her, but she survived the first real test. Geez, look at this. And apparently she hates everyone. She's furious towards Boudica, annoyed towards de Gaulle, cautious towards Frederick, furious towards Napoleon, annoyed towards Pakal, furious towards Shaka. Yeah, Hattie killing it in this game. Somehow she has survived a 3v1. Of course, this frees up Shaka to go attack someone else. Like Frederick, maybe? I don't anticipate Shaka staying peaceful for very long. That's just not how he rolls. Meanwhile, there doesn't seem to be anything... Alright, so Pakal finishes the mausoleum. And Hattie makes peace with Boudica. So she's gotten out of all her wars. Wow. Will not be the first one to die, barring something bizarre happening. That's pretty shocking that she managed to survive all that. So now the only wars ongoing are the ones against Frederick. Meanwhile, de Gaulle just keeps taking more cities. Oh, okay. Well, so much for that respite. Oh. So much for that respite. Okay. Shaka immediately turns around and declares war on Frederick. Okay. So that's 2 more wars. Yeah, the 15 I picked is not going to be anywhere near enough for this game. We're probably going to be around 20. So Shaka now back to war, going after Stuttgart. And Pakal has decided to declare war on Hattie for some reason. He doesn't seem to have a big stack ready. But he does have catapults, and Hattie has to be pretty exhausted from her war. So Stuttgart will probably be the next one to fall. That's a good Shaka. Ugh, this poor guy. Sucks to be him. This is like rabid dogs turning on you, tearing you apart. That said, now that Pakal is almost done with his current wonder building spree, he's going to have a lot of production available. Oh, here we go. Okay, so here's his main stack. With catapults, he should be able to start taking Egyptian cities. Because remember, Hattie only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She only has 5 cities. No, wait, 6. She has 6 cities. Never mind. But she's been fighting wars nonstop for like forever. So this will be a tough hold for her. And now Napoleon's back on the march again, too. He still doesn't have that big of an army, though. Grinding. Only pick 10 wars, and this is grinding your gears. Boudica is not in a war for the moment. Shit, for someone who's one of the favorites, it hasn't been a great game for her thus far. Oh, wait, and Shaka was attacking up there. Let's see if he's able to capture that. Yeah, Freddy's just being overwhelmed. He's played a good game. Oh, so that attack was not very successful, but like these attacks don't even need to be successful. They can just like keep wearing down Freddy over and over again. This city is, despite being a city on a hill with walls, the city is very poorly defended. It has 2 axes, an archer, a catapult, and then a gazillion workers. So Napoleon, well, he'll stop to bombard it with his catapults, but if he were to just attack it, he would have a pretty good chance of taking it. Also, why does Hattie have a unit up here? Maybe she's going after the Barb cities. So there's another wonder for Pakal. By finishing it, he will probably start building more units. Okay, so here's his stack. He will presumably be working on Elephantine with his catapults. I expect it'll take him 2 or 3 turns. And look at this, he's trying to go over here and pillage this iron too. I turn away for 1 turn and look who gets it. Not Shaka, it's de Gaulle. Takes another city. So de Gaulle is getting most of the spoils of this war, and Freddy only has 2 cities left. So de Gaulle, the much maligned de Gaulle, this map really was set up well for him, but he's doing much better than I expected. Like, look at this. This city, this piece of junk city, he's gotten the city up to size 11. I guess it's not a piece of junk city because it has 2 food resources. And apparently this is like the fur depot up here, 6 fur resources. But yeah, he's doing great. He's in first place in score, and he's, you know, that's going to keep going up as he takes more cities, because he's getting almost all the spoils from Freddy's empire. All right, Munich is still being bombarded. Down here, Elephantine also being bombarded. Hattie's got a lot of units, but if the catapults go in and collateral them all, that attack should be able to succeed. So 14% defenses now. This will likely be the turn that Pakal goes in. Where's the rest of his stack? I guess that's it. Hattie's got a ton of units up here not doing anything. And Munich also could be, well, Freddy's just been cranking out archers, because I guess because he's lost all his strategic resources at this point. I mean, he's got a city here and another city down here that aren't even connected to each other, so I guess all he can really build are archers. Let's see how successful this attack is. So there's the defenses. They're all gone. Oh, I guess so Pakal will probably go in this turn. Meanwhile, Munich also could fall here this turn. I'm more interested in Pakal's attack. Let's see how that goes. Okay, it does not look like it was successful. Redlined a lot of units, did not kill any of them. So Pakal comes up short in his attack. Up here, Freddy's getting battered by a lot of others. So Napoleon attacked and was not able to take Munich, but de Gaulle looks like he will be able to take the city. So it looks like yet another city. Yep, so there it goes. Yet another city that de Gaulle picks up. Napoleon, see, this is basically what I thought would happen, but I thought Napoleon would be getting most of the spoils. Instead, it's de Gaulle who's gotten almost all the spoils. So yeah, Napoleon's only gotten one city out of this. And de Gaulle is looking pretty good in this game. But Freddy will be the first one to fall. I have no idea what this stack has been doing. Yeah, my Gaulle, de Gaulle is on a tear. So we'll see. And meanwhile, Hattie's still alive and kicking. De Gaulle has to rank 30th or higher to get out of last place overall. One of the issues for Pakal is that Hatshepsut has a lot of very, very highly promoted units because there was so much fighting, and she survived so many attacks. Anyway, so meanwhile, the armies continue to march on that last city of Frederick. Here comes Shaka, slowly walking up to the north. As Hattie continues building more religious stuff. Ever more religious stuff. Alright, here comes more units from Pakal, including a longbow for some reason. Alright, he's back for another go at this city, at Elephantine. I wonder if that would be pretty funny if Shaka got the last city up here. It looks like he might. Oh, I forgot to keep angry. We should have kept it there and kept the angry Pakal. Let's look at the power bar graph in a minute or two. We've got a potential elimination of de Gaulle, or excuse me, potential elimination of Frederick up here. Nope, stopping to bombard the defenses, so he will survive a little bit longer. Meanwhile, yet another attack that seems to have killed some units but come up short. Alright. Yeah, see, Pakal... Oh, wow. Jeez. Okay, this is a new one. I didn't realize that de Gaulle was spiking on power so much. Jeez. Everyone else is close together, and then here's freaking de Gaulle off the charts. Pakal is still leading in GNP, though, for what that's worth. And look at this, food. He's tops in food, too. Man. Napoleon might keep up his 1 kill per year shtick, yeah. Napoleon's never made it out of the opening round, and yet he's picked up kills in almost every... I think he's picked up a kill in each of the 2 seasons he's competed. So at this point, who gets this city is beyond me. Could be anyone. It's just a guessing game at this point. Well, the defenses are down, so someone's going to be attacking. Oh, Napoleon did get it. Okay. So there you go. So he did get 1 city, or 2 cities out of this. Alright, and we have our first elimination. Frederick is first to die. Yay! My prediction was right. Hooray! So de Gaulle, but de Gaulle was really the big winner in all this. You know, he went from being in a decent position to being in a very strong position. All right, let me write that in. So first eliminated is Frederick. How many people had that? A decent number, but it wasn't the most popular pick. I have 185 over 5. So well, a lot of people. 37. So that was pretty popular. 37 out of 115 entries had it. So that's pretty good. All right, Freddy will not be moving on. Frederick. First eliminated. And I got to write in a kill for Napoleon. Hey, at least he got the kill. Frederick, this is turn 1. Wow, that was an early elimination. Jeez. Game 8, turn 128. He will be one of the lowest ranking AIs for this season because he got eliminated so early. In his defense, though, he had a terrible starting position. I think he is the first to be the earliest eliminated in any of the games. I think that's right, because Sitting Bull, I'm looking at the list here. Sitting Bull was turn 134, which was super early. Ragnar was turn 132. This is earlier than both of them. Yeah, so he is the first one eliminated. I actually think he was playing a pretty good game. It was just the diplomacy was stacked pretty heavily against him in this one. Oh well, that's life, right? Oh, and we should reveal the map again, yes. There we go. All right, so yeah, de Gaulle, the big winner. Napoleon, maybe now he'll finally use that settler. And we also will probably see some people run over here and try to capture the Barb cities now. I suspect we'll see that. Okay. Napoleon will probably climb up out of last place, unless Shaka gets more territory over here. So Shaka didn't get any territory out of that. He helped out, but he didn't take any cities. And meanwhile, we just saw this war over here. Oh man, Elephantine got super low, but Pakal was not actually able to take it. It got down to like 1 unit remaining, I think. Yeah, and that's not going to be good enough. Part of the problem for Pakal is he continues to build wonders, which obviously limits his war-making capacity. It doesn't hurt that cities like this are so culturally crushed either. Still, it's only a matter of time. So let's look at diplomacy now. So Hattie is now the worst enemy of like every single person in the game. That's not an exaggeration. She's the worst person of everyone in the game. So it's only a matter of time until other people jump into this war. Yeah, the Barbs outlived Freddy. It's true. Well said. Well said. All right, so we'll probably mostly focus on the Pakal versus Hatshepsut war for the time being. And I do not think it'll be long before other AIs jump into this conflict. Pakal, I believe, is still our tech leader. It's either him or de Gaulle after that round of wars went through. Hattie will continue to research everything non-military. All right, well, or not, or they'll make peace too. All right, so we have an entire world at peace for the time being. Yeah, no wars, no wars. Hattie is detested by pretty much everyone else, though, so don't be surprised to see wars can pop back up again. All right, so we'll keep an eye on that. And this might be a good time to, this would be a good time to check the everybody's tech rate. All right, so now that they're all out of war, so Boudica 138, de Gaulle 149. So he's not, for all his territory, de Gaulle's not doing that great from a tech perspective yet. Hattie 129, and that's at 100% research, so she has no capacity to increase it further. Napoleon 71, wow, he sucks at research right now. All right, Pakal is lapping the field right now in terms of research, 327. That's way ahead of everybody else, and Shaka's research is garbage too. Barbarians, 8 beakers per turn. They get techs for free, though, depending on what the other civs have researched. So Shaka and Napoleon have terrible teching rates, and then de Gaulle, Boudica, and Hattie are about the same, and Pakal is lapping the field in terms of research. So that's where we stand. It's true, de Gaulle has the capacity to increase that. So here's Boudica. She is researching civil service, and she is like late classical, early medieval. De Gaulle is, he doesn't have a code of laws. He's missing a lot of stuff. It's interesting that he's going for an early